Welcome to the vlog. It's, I don't even know, probably 2:30 now. I've been out here for quite a while. It's very windy outside. A ton of leaves came down overnight and they're really blowing around. So it's definitely not going to be a leaf blowing day. I do need to mow over there for sure though. So that's what I'm going to be doing here in just a few minutes. But I've been working. My ECS parts came in today.
Have you ever seen the rain?
All right, let's highlight the differences, starting with easy things. E46 M3 oil filler cap. Probably no more leaks with that now. This looks really oily. It's just shadows from the mass airflow sensor. See? It's pretty clean. So there's that. That looks good now. Fresh oil return hoses. These are super strong now. They were a little spongier before. And new hose clamps as well. Both cylinder banks. So that's done. Up here we have fresh firewall trim as well as all the little push and turn rivets. So that looks good now. This was a big hole here before and it was crumbling apart, so now there's fresh material there. All right, that is pretty much all I needed to do under here this fall. All right, it's now 6:30. I guess I've been working since like 2, so 4 hours. We got 1 yard mowed across the street and then we blew off half the front here. All those have come down since I've been working. Whole side, half of their front, and then the whole back. We used the backpack blower, the one on wheels, and the hand blower. I can barely feel my arms and legs, feel like crap. Anyways, I gotta go in, get something to eat. Alex is coming over soon, and then we gotta do more classwork. All I do is work anymore and I'm sick of it. All right, so I'm at a place at a time that I really never do. It's like 1 a.m. and I'm downtown Kent, where I probably should be right now in comparison to what everybody else is doing. But anyway, so Alex was supposed to come over at 7. He called about 7:20, just woken up, and his dad has his truck doing some errands. So I came and picked him up at probably about 8, 7:45 or 8, and we went back, we did the essay, hung out downstairs for a while, played some ping pong, relaxed, and it is now 1 something. No, is it 12 something? I don't even know. And I am on my way back. I had to drop him off. So it's rainy, and there are like drunk people everywhere, which if you guys have not figured out, I'm one of the few 20-year-old college students that really has no part in that. Not really, I really have no part in that. So I don't like that. And there's people everywhere, so I'm like trying really hard not to run people over. I've seen 5 cops on my way here. It's nuts. So anyways, I'm gonna get home. It's 12:16. It's earlier than I thought. So maybe I'll get an episode of Dexter in, although I do need to be up early tomorrow morning. There's another cop. Tomorrow morning I need to be up about 8 o'clock, so I don't know if I'll have time for an episode tonight. But it's at a really good point in the way that Special Agent Lundy and Deborah were standing outside, I don't know, an apartment, a hotel or something, and they both got shot. So we're gonna have to see what transpires with that. So anyways, tomorrow's Saturday. I'm going over to the grandparents' house. The original plan, am I recording? Good. Sometimes I don't remember. The original plan, I had considered, you know, I was in Pittsburgh last weekend visiting Luke, and I was considering going back this weekend for Cars and Coffee. Joe was gonna make his way down. There's another cop over here to the left. Joe was gonna make his way down from West Cleveland to Pittsburgh, Cars and Coffee. Luke was gonna go. Kennan's already there, staying at Luke's. And I had told Luke last week that I'd see what the weekend plans brought, see how much work I had to do yet, and make a decision. So tonight I had to write that essay. We got an exam yet this weekend. There's a ton of stuff still pending, and no way that I would be able to go away for 3 days. I gotta get to the grandparents' house tomorrow. It's nothing but work, and I blew a ton of leaves today, as I think I filmed. So anyways, I'm here. It would have been cool to go, but the weather's gonna be shitty too. It's like 40 degrees and rain. I don't know who goes to a Cars and Coffee when it's 40 and raining, but I guess it still goes on. So I'm gonna head back, watch Dexter. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Oh, wow. All right, I'm exhausted. It's 1:43 in the morning. I just watched 1 episode of Dexter. Kind of going a new way with the Trinity Killer. Anyways, just that incredible amount of leaf and yard work today. I probably walked like 5 miles, having the backpack. I used all the blowers today. You know, you used a little handheld to get around some trees and the bricks and landscaping, and well, you can't get the bigger tools. And then I used the backpack, which is much more powerful, but that thing's heavy. It really takes a toll on your right arm to move the majority of them until you get a pile so big that the backpack isn't powerful enough. And then I get that big, huge thing on wheels, get that thing going, and it, you know, sends them 3 miles down the road. And then you've got to go and clean up with the backpack again. So I probably switched between about 3 blowers. When I started today, the tank on this thing was full. Can you see where the level is now? I ran it until it ran out, and then I filled it up again, and I used that much of it. So I used nearly 2 tanks of gas in that thing, and that lasts a long time too. Like, I've never run out of gas in that before in one sitting if I start it full. That thing too. This has a huge tank, and it's down to about 1/3, so I've got to mix more gas. I don't even know if I have enough in the big 5-gallon. It's dicked, but super productive today. We got all that work done on the car I wanted to do. Lindsay came home, and she's a moron, left the garage door open, so the garage filled with leaves again. You should see the driveway right now. It is totally covered. Can't even see the grass. It's been raining and it's windy, so it's made a huge mess out of that again. Looks like she decided to pull the car in about 6 feet from the wall. When they do this, I don't know why they don't know where the front of this car is. I pull in and I leave just enough space so I can get in under the hood and do some work. She leaves enough room to drive a smart car in between here. So then when I mow, I get the mower out and I'm like, well, I either take the bumper off the Honda or I take my gear pack off, go inside, find the keys and move this thing up a foot. It's incredibly obnoxious. Sorry to rant. Tomorrow is Saturday. I already told you what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm going to bed. I'm beat. So we'll talk on Saturday. Good night.